What's up guys, Ming Moto here. Today I want to bring you a quick tutorial on something you can do that's not going to cost you really any money, but can drastically improve the overall feel of your bike. And now this was taught to me by a professional mechanic. He did it to his bike. I know a friend that's done it to his bike. This isn't just me coming up with some idea and going, oh yeah, oh here, do this and it'll be great. No, this is legit, guys. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about is this right here. This right here, I don't know if you can see that silver ring, but that is an adjuster for the preload on this bearing in your head stem. Now, from the factory, that comes way loose. I don't know if you've noticed, if you've ridden a stock Z, the front end just feels real wobbly and kind of uncertain. What you want to do is we're going to tighten this just a little bit. We're not going to go crazy, guys. You want to give it just a little bit of a tightening. Now, here's how you're going to do that. You're going to take these 4 bolts off. You're going to take your handlebars off, and you're going to take these 2 bolts right here loose. You're going to take this bolt loose, and then you're just going to tap it with a hammer. Super simple, guys. Even if you are not mechanically inclined, I'll walk you through it. Now, what you're going to need is a hammer and a punch of any sort, a 10mm socket, and a 30mm socket. Also a 6mm Allen wrench. And we're going to start by loosening the handlebars off. And this being said, if you guys have a wrench or something that can get down into there and tighten, loosen this nut, then you can skip this step. I don't happen to have a wrench that'll fit in there and turn that. So I'm going to take the handlebars off. Throw it in the grass so you can never find it again. Take your handlebars. I like to just kind of lay them over the front like that. They literally just stay right there. Now you're going to grab your 30mm, or if you don't have this, a crescent wrench or anything that you can get on that nut will work just fine. And you're just going to loosen it. You're not taking it off. You're just loosening it enough to where it can turn. What you're doing is you're relaxing all this so that when you turn that bearing, all this can kind of settle, and then we'll tighten it back up. So you've got that nut loose. You're going to take your forks loose just a little bit. Like I said, don't go crazy. Kind of annoying to turn the bars when the bars are off. So we'll just relax that just a little bit. That's all you need. Now, you've got your handlebars off, you've got this main nut loose, and you've got these 2 backed off. Just a little bit. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take a punch, and you're going to go into this adjuster ring right here, and you're going to tap it just a few taps. Or if you have a spanner wrench that will turn it, use that. But what you want to do is you just want to give it a little bit of tightening. Not much, guys. I know, I can already see the comments of people saying, oh, that's going to burn your bearings up. And they're right. If you go too crazy with this, you can burn up that bearing. But it's not hard to just be sensible about it. Give it maybe 2 or 3 little taps. I'd say about 1/8 of a turn to a 1/4 turn maximum. And I have already done it to mine, but I'll show you what you do. You find a notch somewhere that you can hit it in a way that it's going to be turning clockwise. Like I said, you want to tighten this, and you're just going to give it a couple good whacks. And you'll see it just kind of snug down. That's all you want. So once you're done there, Gonna start putting everything back together. So you'll take your 30 mil, tighten that back up. Go ahead and bring the forks over to this side. That way you can tighten it. Get it good and tight. If you want to be a Nazi and look up the torque specification in your manual or online, you can. I chose to just go ahead and get it, you know, good and tight. You don't want it so tight that you feel like you're going to strip something, and you don't want it so loose that it's going to back off. Just kind of use your common sense on that. So you've got that tightened. Now you can go ahead and put your handlebars back on. And if you ever wanted to adjust your handlebars, now is the time to do it. I actually hadn't messed with them, and then I figured out, remember what I said, throw these in the grass so they get lost. But I figured out when I was putting this back together that I actually liked them in a different position. So you never know. Go ahead and play with it while they're around. It doesn't cost anything. Oh, I just dropped that freaking bolt down in there. Oh, I made it worse. Oh, I made it worse. Okay, I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out how to get that out. Okay, I'm back. Whatever you do, do not drop a bolt down there, because it was such a pain in the dick to get out. Okay, so after you've picked your hardware up out of the grass, just kind of put your bars back on. Make sure you put that flat side down. And same thing, don't go crazy tight with them, just get them good and tight, so they're not gonna fall off, because that would be a bad day. And last step, just go back and tighten these fork bolts that you loosened. So go get those nice and tight. Do the same thing on the other side. And this is a 6mm Allen wrench. Get those tight and you are all set. Now I recommend taking a quick ride around the block. You'll immediately feel the difference. If not, you can play with it a little bit. If you have a stand, that's ideal. That can get the front off of the ground. That's perfect. If you do have a stand and you can get the front off the ground, what you're looking for is the bars to kind of stay where you put them. Now, you still want them to move very easily, but you don't want them to just fall over to the side. Say this was in the air, like it's doing now, you'd want to just kind of easily be able to get them to there, and kind of stay where you put them. You don't want them to just go and just fall over. You can ignore the extra tools. That's what it took me to get that frickin' bolt that I dropped out. So anyway, that's it, guys. There's your free tutorial for a free mod, unless maybe you have to buy a couple tools, but that's about it. Hopefully you have a friend that you can borrow them from or something, or a crescent wrench, or just something generic. But anyway, that's it. I will see you guys next time.